Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Ethan, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the video, and here we're at Boston Billiard Club checking this place out once again for their President's Day tournament starting in about 30 minutes, give or take. I'm gonna check out the tournament scene, we're gonna get some hand footage, so it'll be a great time. Check out the tournament scene, see what it's like. It's a $250 tournament, special for the President's Day. I don't know if there's gonna be an add-on or anything. I really don't know what the structure is gonna be like, but see what the player pool is like, see what the action's like, and hopefully we can run things up. There's a cool little trophy at the end too for the winner. So anyways, let's get inside, get the cards going, and get into the action. Before we get into the hands and actual video, I want to announce two really big announcements right now. I have two meetup games moving forward in the month of March right now, so super exciting to announce. You guys have heard me announce this already in past videos, but March 14th, there's a charity tournament out in Worcester, Massachusetts. This tournament is a $100 buy-in. It's for a great charity called Why Me. They do amazing stuff with helping families dealing with childhood cancer, so I'm going to be playing out there. So if you want to come support a great cause, come play with me as well. That will happen on March 14th starting at 3 p.m. It's a $100 buy-in. A lot of the proceeds will go towards charity. Also, there's going to be a dinner, silent auction, all that fun stuff that night, so that should be a really great time. Next, the following Saturday on March 21st, I'll be hosting my very first official meetup game at Boston Billiards Club in Nashua, New Hampshire, the place that I'm playing in this video. It'll be a pretty friendly and fun day. We're playing 1-3, so it'll be friendly there. And if you're from around the area, if you want to come out and play some cards, definitely come out to Boston Billiards. It'll be a great time for sure. Looking forward to it as it's my first official meetup game. Looking forward to play with a bunch of you guys. The official time for that, it will be 3 p.m. on that Saturday, so feel free to come out, and we'll be playing for however long until people are there, really. So it'll be for the whole day, basically. I get to record this one, which is dope, so I'll get to get some nice table footage and all that stuff. So March 14th, charity tournament, and also March 21st, we've got the first official Rampage meetup game. So looking forward to seeing all of you guys there, and let's get to the video. So let's hop into the first hand of this tournament that we play in. We're in level 1, very, very early in this tournament. Blinds are 100-100 with a 50k starting stack. We look down under the gun with ace-jack of clubs, and we're playing four-handed at this point because we're so early into this tournament. Probably could have late regged a little bit, but let's play ace-jack of clubs here. I open it up to 300 chips. The player to my left 3-bets us to 700, and actions onto me, facing a min 3-bet basically. I could be 4-betting here out of position, but I'm just going to be calling here and evaluate a flop. So we go to a flop, which comes queen 10 8, 2 clubs, and a diamond out there. Flopping the good old double gutter and also a backdoor flush draw. I go ahead and check, and he bets 1100. I'm not going anywhere. We decide to flat this 1100. Off to a turn, which comes the 5 of spades. This does not change anything here. Doesn't help us at all. I check, and he bets 2500. Once again, I'm going to be making the call and evaluate a river. The river is a queen, so top pair turns into trips, and here at this point, I'm going to turn my hand into a bluff. There's not too many combos of queens that he could be having, and maybe I could just bluff out a hand like a pair of jacks, a pair of tens, and maybe some sort of hand that's drawing for diamonds as well. So I go ahead and lead out pretty big for 7k. My line should be pretty strong since I check called twice and led out on this river here, but he snap calls us pretty quickly with king queen offsuit, and right off the bat, really quickly in this tournament, we are down to 39,000 chips. Next hand sitting with 39k. We're in level 2, blinds are 100-200, and we look down at ace king. In early position here, I open it up to 600. A player that just sat down in middle position 3-bets us to 2,000 and folds all the way back to me. Here, out of position with a premium hand, is a brand new player that's table just registered into the tournament. Let's go ahead and just 4-bet this real quick. Out of position, ace king, 4-bet to a sizing of 5,600. He doesn't think too long before making the call. So let's go to a flop, heads up out of position. Flop comes 8 deuce 3 rainbow. Sick, what a flop for us. So here, I'm just gonna have to check. A lot of hands that he would be 3-betting me with, pocket jacks, pocket tens, are just going to be loving this, and I can't ever really bluff them out. So I check, he bets 7k, and I can't really do much here besides fold. Next hand after that, we pick up pocket queens in early position. We're playing 8-handed here, and I'm sitting with 30k. I already punted off 20k in the first level and a half of this tournament. So I open it up to 600 with pocket queens, and we get 2 callers. Flop comes king, jack, deuce, rainbow. So overcard to our pair is never a great flop for us. So when action checks to me, I just check the pot control, and the cutoff player bets 1,200. The other player folds, and here pocket queen's definitely too strong to be folding to one bet here, so I decide to call, and we're off to a turn. Turn comes the 3 of hearts, bringing in a backdoor flush draw. Once again, I check, and he throws out a bet of 2,000. Here just could be giving up sometimes, but I'm just going to be making the call once again to evaluate a river. River comes the 7 of hearts, so the backdoor flush gets there, and we really don't beat a whole lot besides some sort of queen jack, jack 10 hand. Action goes check check. I show my hand, and he shows us the bad news with king queen offsuit. Next interesting spot, we're in level 3, blinds are 200 and 400, sitting with a 28k stack. I'm on the button with king 9 of diamonds, and action folds to me. Here, king 9 of diamonds, definitely strong enough to open here on the button, so I opened it up to 1200, and we get one caller on the small blind, the player to my left. Let's go to a flop heads up. Flop comes king, queen, 7, 2 hearts out there. Oh my goodness, could you believe it? We actually flopped top pair. He checks to me, and I c-bet 1500. He makes the call for 1500, and we're off to a river. The river is the queen of diamonds, not a great card for us, so when he checks to us, I'm definitely happily going to be checking this back. To evaluate a river, which comes the deuce of clubs, he throws out a bet of 3k here with a king and a 9 kicker. Not loving it, but I definitely can't be folding, as he can be bluffing with a lot of heart draws, straight draws, everything that kind of bricked out. So I make the call for 3k, and he shows us 8-9 of hearts. So for the first time in this tournament, we get a pot to go our way. Following hand after that, we have pocket 6s in middle position. There's an unlinked player who limps. The player to my right, who I would describe as an OMC, would raise it up to 1600. I've seen him limp a lot of premium and strong hands. When he raises 1600, gotta be putting him on some sort of real premium hand here at the top of his range. So here, perfect spot for us to set mine. I call, and 2 other players make the call. Let's go to a flop multi-way. Flop comes 10, 7, 6 rainbow. Bingo, we hit our bottom set. Action checks to me, unfortunately. Would have loved the pre-flop razor to continue, but here with bottom set multi-way, definitely going to be betting for value. I go with the sizing of 3600, and all players fold, unfortunately. Next hand, sitting in level 4, blinds are 300, 600, and we look down at 4-5 of clubs in early position. Could be folding this sometimes, but, you know, we're pretty short, and we got to make some moves here pretty early / middle into the tournament, so I go ahead and open it up to 1500. A player in late position, a fairly good tournament player in a reg at this casino, 3-bets us to 3600. Folds to me, and here basically facing a min 3-bet once again. Out of position. I don't love this spot, but definitely can't be folding. So let's go to a flop, which comes queen, queen 7, 2 spades out there. Here, first act, I'm going to check to the pre-flop razor, and he surprisingly checks it back, which I really thought he would be continuing firing a c-bet on this flop here, especially when there's 2 spades out there. But checked it back for some pot control, so that's pretty interesting development. The turn comes a 9, so like I said, 5 high. The board is not even close to us at all. I check, and he throws out a bet now of 3,500. Pretty interesting spot with the delayed c-bets. Honestly, at this point, it's very unlikely that he has a queen. So I think I can comfortably check raise here as a bluff with 5 high. It's not recommended when I have 0 equity, but I think we're deep enough to check raise here on this turn and then barrel on the river as well. So I think it's a decent spot for it, so I go with the sizing of 11,000. He thinks about it and ends up making the call after some deliberation. We go to a river hoping to see a decent card to bluff on, and the river is an 8. The board is a lot more connected now, and this is one of those cards that I think could definitely hit my range more than his. Even if I was bluffing with a straight draw or something, that could have gotten there, and obviously with the queen, obviously just going to be ripping it in as well. So with 5 high, given the line that I already took, we're going to go with the 1 bet that we only have, and that's all in for 17.6k. We're sitting at level 4 here, and we got to make some moves to go back and chip up here, and if not, we could definitely just rebuy as well. And he tanks. He ends up thinking for a long time. He says some words. He says something like saying that I know exactly what kind of hand he's holding. And at that point, it's probably a hand like pocket 10s, jacks, or ace king. And has a fairly difficult decision to make, and that might need to hero call this. So ace king at the very bottom of that calling range. At the end of the day, he tanked and puts in the chips. I tell him he's good because we have 5 high and we're playing the board. he flips over pocket jacks, so made a great call there. And unfortunately, we get stacked, and also found out that we can't even rebuy as well because of the New Hampshire tournament laws. So that is unfortunate. Turns out that you actually can't rebuy into these tournaments because New Hampshire has this law where tournaments can only be $250 maximum for a buy-in, and once you hit the $250 once, then you can't hit it again. So it turns out that I was totally wrong. I thought that I could rebuy. That's why I jammed right before the break. This would have been the break number 1. Didn't even last through break number 1. But we're out of the tournaments, so yeah, tournaments, not my thing. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little video though. At least I got some table footage for you guys. I thought about jumping into the 1-2 game, but there's a list and we've got some editing to do. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Actually, right now is the day right before Nemi and Brad Owen's meetup game in MGM Springfield. So got a few things to do. I'm super excited about that. That video has already been released, I'm sure, by the time this one's getting released. So hopefully you enjoy that video. If you haven't already, go check that out. But I'm super stoked for them to come to MGM and come to Massachusetts. But after that, anyways, this was super nice. Boston Billiards, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me record. And hopefully you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get a cool little trophy in there too that I kind of wanted, but we're clearly out. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Tournaments, not my thing, but I will dabble here and there and just punt off some money. But that's that. Thanks for watching. Peace.